Hi guys, so it's been reported that Will Smith is in India, in Mumbai. So he apparently landed on a private airstrip, went to a hotel. He has been seen in several photographs and, video, basically in a more pensive mood, meditating, in prayer. And this is not his first time to India. I mean, Will Smith has actually been involved with Bollywood before, and so this is something looking like more like a spiritual journey. Now, lots of speculation as to why he is there. I mean, he had a bad month last month, basically at the Academy Awards, where he basically made a fool of himself, and I think a lot of people felt sad that that entire incident occurred. I mean, I definitely don't think that joke that Chris Rock made was meant to be offensive, but I would not have made that joke. I don't think that men should actually be making jokes about women's hair or appearance. We have to be very careful with that. That's become very touchy in the last few years. But his reaction, Will Smith's reaction, was absolutely terrible, and him being now expelled from the academy and then resigning short after, I mean, he has not been having a good time. I mean, he had a project with Netflix that's been put on hold, and I heard that it's likely to just be axed. So he Will Smith is worth about $350 million. That's what it's estimated at. So he won't hurt in his pocket for any of this. But one of the things is that I think that there is a need for self-control. And that self-control, we're seeing it happen over and over. We're seeing that with A$AP Rocky being accused of shooting someone. We've seen this with the baby getting in fights over and over, too much of this emotional stuff, not being able to control yourself in times of anger is a big problem. And seeing Will Smith meditate, meet with yogis, get in touch with his spirituality is not a bad thing, and I'm actually encouraging that, because there's a lot of men, and for us as men, we kind of need therapy, and we need a lot of things to understand how to control ourselves. We need to go back to being more stoic and being more calm, and there's nothing wrong with letting out your emotions, but it doesn't need to be physical, because that's the problem. Once you turn it into a physical, then society can't have that. You're going to have chaos. And so learning how to deal with your emotions, dealing with your anger is very important. Now, I hope that that's what Will Smith is in there, to get more in touch back with his spirituality. My hope for Will Smith is that he stops going in front of the camera and goes behind the camera and start to produce films. Not films that he wants to produce, but produce films that he knows the audiences would want. Because he needs to go back to being commercial. He made Men in Black and those type of movies. They had no real value in terms of sentiments or carrying forward any message, but they were really commercially successful. That's what he needs to focus on, and I hope he makes that transition in his time, now that he is out there focusing. And notice, Jada is nowhere around in this trip. He's doing this on his own. I'm thinking more and more that Will is seeing that his journey, his decisions, he has to make those personal choices. He has to make those personal decisions. So I wish him the best as he's in India, because you know what? As I said, prayer, spirituality, therapy, there are lots of men need to go through a lot of that now, because need to know how to handle anger. That's an important thing. That's a big issue, a big mountain for many men in their lives. So I wish him all the best. Thanks, guys.